glorious day. I'm not sure where you are. Maybe it's sunny, maybe it's rainy, maybe it's stormy, but not hating, but I love it where I am right now. The sun shining, temperature's perfect, low wind, lots of things to see, horizons, mountains. I know it's unfortunate if you're not having the same experience today, but hopefully in some way, I know it's kind of twisted. Maybe what I'm broadcasting to you today, I'm sharing with you what I'm seeing today, outside and inside. Today we're going to talk about, as you saw in the title, Army Recruiting 101. Now, as a tangential discussion, although if you've been with me for a few minutes or a few episodes and you had a chance to look at the website 820podcast.com and you saw the listing of the previous 820 episodes, you're also able to get a summary review of my experiences in the Army, starting at West Point, and then, of course, a decent career in the Army for about 10 years. Now, again, as tangential to this discussion, I wasn't actually recruited to go to West Point. Obviously, once you graduate from West Point, you're not recruited into the Army. You're pretty much in the Army once you go to West Point. So, although today I'm talking about the Army Recruiting 101 lesson, I want to get into not the recruitment for me, but for anybody aware of the typical things you see on TV, on billboards for other military services, but talking about what I know and have seen under that construct of Army Recruiting 101. And more importantly, what they won't tell you if and when you ever decide to join a military force such as the Army. And I mention this not really tongue-in-cheek, but in all honesty and sincerity. Even when I left the Army and entered into my corporate career, there was a great level of opportunities and positions in companies like IBM, Oracle, Motorola, in marketing. Of course, always marketing their products and or services to the world. But related to both aspects of my career or professions, whether military or in corporate, what I saw was a lack of truth in marketing. The marketing stuff, besides the glossy features and functions of what they're selling, military or corporate, sometimes, most times, very limited on their disclosure of what they're telling you. Even going so far as to say some levels of deception and or distraction. Almost like a feint, a move to the left and get you to look right. Or nice and shiny stuff over here to the left and the stuff that's not so shiny to the right they don't want you to see. They provide you with a concerted, dedicated, orchestrated demonstration or illusion sometimes to sell you on their magic trick forever. Because the impact from that recruitment that you agreed to is going to have a long-term effect on you. Sometimes it's difficult to get past the wow effect. You know, the glamour and glitz and the awards and the medals that they either offer you, money, incentives, whatever you may have, or the prestigious training they offer to you by you signing up and succumbing to their recruitment tactics. You get that stuff up front. Training, uniforms, travel, see the world over months and or years. But I'm not disparaging or discounting or talking down to the recruiting practices. Also in military and in corporate efforts as well, when you're have a resume out there and trying to promote and present yourself in your best light, and they're doing the same. So it applies not to one side or the other, it applies to all sides of this equation, from personal to military, from personal to corporate. This discussion today, although it's called Army Recruiting 101, I think it seems to be called Recruiting of Yourself 101. This is applicable to real life and death situations in and outside of the military profession. And what I'm trying to get to is what they're not willing to disclose to you that may affect you in your real life after your active service, either your active service in the military or your active service to your decided upon corporate career. So these observations from me and from my experience, I'm concerned about a sincere concern about what they don't tell you at the recruitment station or in the recruiting phase of your interest and of their interest in you. Meaning, stay focused on the military side, the Army side for me. They won't tell you what is the downside or the downstream effects of your commitment. You're signing on a dotted line, your life, about what you would face mentally, psychologically, spiritually, physically, after you committed your life to the very dangerous tasks and missions on your upcoming and military horizon. It's not for everyone. And that, to me, is my issue. That's what they won't tell you. That's what they don't tell you. Of the long-term downstream effects of your decision. Your decision upon the reception of this glossy, glamorous marketing approaches. We'll probably have to come back to this discussion for part 2, but for now, let me leave you with that introduction to Army Recruiting 101, the main topic being what they don't tell you and why I want you to become more aware, not just in military recruitment, in corporate, or in whatever you recruit yourself to do in your life. Again, under the construct of the resilience, I'm asking you to uncover, recover, and discover for yourself. Stay tuned for part 2. Until then, stay present, stay current. No matter where you are in this world, please remember,